3. I'm Will Meadows.
I'm Sarah Meadows.
Kevin Dell.
Melissa Dell.
Today we're just hanging out. It's been a fantastic Memorial Day. We just got done shooting a podcast, playing a bunch of games, eating a bunch of delicious food, and we thought we'd jump online for a little while, have some fun with you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll give a couple more minutes for people to get in. Let me give you an idea, and I'll give them an idea because I haven't told them yet. Melissa's not nervous at all. Let me give you an idea what we're doing.
Yeah, this is Will's show.
That's right. So I was sitting on a plane for like 12 hours, it seemed like. It wasn't that long. And I had this idea to do a little bit of a Tantrum trivia show where we give you guys an opportunity to win some prizes. So we put together 3 rounds of game show action, and if all goes well, one of you guys is going to walk away with, tell us what they're going to win, Kevin.
So we talked to Academy Games, our sponsor for Tantrum Talks, and they said, why don't you just give away a copy of Tutor? What? So one person tonight during, probably at the end of the show, we will give them, they will win the copy of Tutor and we'll send it to them. Actually, Academy Games will send it to you. So
yeah, and then because we want everybody to be able to participate in this, you don't have to be watching the show live. We're going to explain at the end of the show how one of our lucky viewers this week will have an opportunity to win another prize.
Why are we doing that, Will?
Because on June 1st, which is next Saturday, TantrumCon tickets go live. What?
TantrumCon 2020!
We've been doing all the planning for the event. We're almost ready to, well, we're ready to announce it and launch it. So badges are going to go on sale this Saturday. Be sure to go at that time to TantrumCon.com and learn about all of our events, the prices, and all that great stuff. We are already pumped and looking forward to it. So that's going to be a cool one. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get to the end of the show. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're always ready.
All right, so here's how it works. I'm going to ask some questions. These guys are going to help me out with some of the elements to the game. They'll probably contribute some random interjections whenever, feel free. And you guys, the audience, answer them for us. So write in the comments your answers, and then at the end of the show is how we're going to draw one of our winners for the game. Are we ready? I feel like I need some like intro music, but I don't have any of that. So you guys, yeah, there you go. All right, game show. Let me make sure I covered this. We thank our sponsor, ta-da, Academy Games. 3 rounds, pick a winner. Here we go.
And we can say hi to all the people that are watching while Will's doing whatever he's doing over there.
We could say a hi for just a moment to Toby, hey man, Charles, Patricia, Melissa V. Happy holidays to you too. And then
Steph.
Yeah, a bunch of people. Benjamin Corbin, awesome. Thanks guys. All right, here we go. Question. Literally somebody just knocked on my door. Ben's gonna go check out that. You gotta watch him walk behind the camera to find out what random person is knocking on my door at 9 p.m. And while he does that,
9 p.m. It's like about 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
So more comments. We have
someone
saying Tutor is the prize de jars.
The prize de jars?
Yes, and Tutor is the game that has the player shields with hands, and you put rings on your different fingers, and that activates different powers. And we've done some videos for Tutor before.
We'll definitely have a cool graphic of that later tonight after I finish fixing this screen real quick while Ben is away.
That looks okay.
This is live.
Does it? Okay, sweet.
Bryce says hey. Patricia says hi guys. Hello to all of you. Thank you for watching tonight's different Tantrum Talks.
Yeah.
The last one worked really well. We talked about Kickstarter, and I think Will wants to talk a little bit more about that a little bit later, about reviews and stuff like that. But, so we have 3 rounds of play, you said, Will?
We do. And I think we're finally ready.
Okay.
Assuming there wasn't any emergencies.
It's been averted.
Okay. Thanks, Ben.
Crisis averted. Here we go. We are going to start this off with some nice, easy stuff. We've got some board game components for you that we've randomly chosen from several different games in our collection. Sarah's going to get the camera focused. We'll give you an up-close view of them. Let's take a look at them. I want Melissa, Kevin, and Sarah to describe for us each of... Yeah, that's right.
All right.
So, in your most flowery verbiage, Melissa can go first. Describe for us component number 1.
Well, component number 1 is a pleasant purple color, and with the tactile experience, it's actually a tiny bit squishy. Not super, super squishy, but a little squishy. It has a star on the top. And this lovely component, I am sad to say, I've never actually played with, because I've never played the game.
But if you know what game it is, go ahead and write that into the comments now. The more comments you get in, the better.
Yes,
All right,
that's true.
Component number 2, Kevin. Describe
All right.
for us component number 2.
Number 2 is yellow, and if you know anything about our videos, I usually play yellow, not because it's my favorite color, it's because it's whatever's left. But this piece could be very tall for someone who's very tiny. So, it is plastic, and
Translucent.
and it has a number 2 on there, right?
Is it number 2?
It does. It has a number 2 on there.
And
Any
it
guesses?
seems like it could be stackable.
Ooh, see a lot of good guesses for the first one.
Okay.
All right, let's get some guesses in for that second one. And then Sarah, why don't you describe for us object number 3?
Object number 3 is a standee,
Yes.
but it's a little different. It's not a cardboard standee. It is made out of plastic, and it has a nice see-through element to it. So it's printed plastic.
These people know their games, y'all. I'm seeing a lot of good comments, a lot of great answers. Steph Creech says, that game is so evil.
I totally agree with you. Totally
Here's
agree.
1, 2, and 3.
Right.
All right, do we figure out answer number 3? Ooh, and 3's already in there too.
Yeah.
Good guesses, you
Okay,
guys.
now we have a component
right.
in addition.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that we actually.
This is Will doesn't even
Misplaced.
know about this one.
What?
Yeah, Will doesn't know about this. We misplaced it a couple weeks ago, and we still haven't figured out what game it goes to.
All right, show it to us,
There
Sarah.
it is, right here.
Yeah, it was laying on the table actually this morning, and I was like, shoot, I don't know what to show
Any
that to.
guesses?
Show this.
So
Do we
distinctive.
need a size comparison? Like,
Yeah, here's
that's
this
the
baby
problem.
here.
There's too many options. There's too many. Let me know which game has a 1/4-inch green wooden disc. Now, actually, there is a bonus round here. Ding, ding, ding.
What?
The numbered cards that we're using to identify the objects is
Ooh.
actually a component from a board game. Let us know if you recognize which game our 1, 2, and 3 came from for bonus points, which aren't worth anything. This is similar to what's the Drew Carey show? Points aren't worth, they're made up and they don't worth anything, but
Whose line is
let
it
us know
anyway?
if you recognize it.
So we have the berry thing, the structure, the standee, and then Will threw in the 3 cards.
Now, at some point in here, I have this thing where it says, I should make a transition to talk about how one of these components reminds me of our podcast. Anybody? I need Ryan here for the obligatory transition. So
Oh.
I'm just going to talk about our podcast. I mentioned that earlier tonight. I don't know if you guys are subscribers, but I wanted to take this opportunity, as we're going to get hopefully a bunch of viewers playing this game with us, to just throw a pitch out there about our podcast. We
Yeah.
record every Monday night, and it's usually our whole crew. Tell us what your opinion is on the podcast, Sarah.
Well,
Your
throw me on
opinion.
the spot. My
Would
opinion
you
on
rate it a
podcasts.
4 out of 5? What's your opinion?
Well, let me say, the podcast recording is one of my favorite things that Tantrum House does every week.
I agree.
It is a time that we can talk about whatever games we're playing, and we can kind of interject whatever we want to say about the game, so it's an unfiltered,
Yeah.
it's
But
biased.
so family friendly.
So family friendly. That is true.
No bias.
Family
There's
friendly.
no bias.
I was gonna say
Family friendly filtered.
it is biased because I'm giving my opinions about
Right.
stuff, but it is not. It has nothing to do with a review or games that publishers have asked us to review or play. So, if you want the real opinion, you can check out the podcast.
That's right. Someone just talked about our podcast, Will.
Yeah? I haven't read that yet, but Hannah Johnson loves listening to the podcast, especially our opinions on Endgame. I feel like I should pull Ben in for this one. You got to see Endgame, correct? He's giving me the thumbs up. We recorded our last podcast episode. He said, when I went to edit it and I just got to the part where you started out at Endgame, I just took the headphones off, waited for the waveform to die, hope you didn't say anything embarrassing, and then I edited it. Yeah, we enjoyed Endgame a lot. We enjoy talking on the podcast a lot. It is really a very fun, super lighthearted. I hope it makes people smile when they listen to it. So if you haven't ever listened to the Tantrum House Board Gaming Podcast, check it out on iTunes and all the other places where podcasts can be found. All right, I think,
So we did round 1.
okay, round 1 is done.
I think we got some good answers. I don't think anybody guessed the numbers.
Oh yeah, nobody gave it on that?
I don't know. I could be wrong.
As in, there were no guesses or no correct
No idea
guesses?
on
There
the
were no
discs either.
Guesses? Maybe somebody tried to guess.
It's alright, Chris, hang in there. We're all really bad at it, but keep going. We're almost.
That's a
there.
pretty hard one.
It is.
There were
Can we give a hint for this one?
no, let's see if our audience that isn't live now can guess it before
It's
Saturday's.
Front and back.
front and back numbers.
Little
I
wood
don't
texture
know.
on the side. You're gonna have to played the game to know what it is. So.
I've played the game, but I wouldn't have guessed this.
I wouldn't have guessed these
They're
numbers.
pretty unique pieces though. Who else has got weird blue giant numbers?
They're not blue numbers. They're white numbers with blue numbers.
But somebody else probably had. Okay, anyway. Alright. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding.
All right, round 2.
Alright. I've got some trivia for you. 3 different questions. It'll be interesting to see if these guys can guess them.
We have no idea.
Yeah, and I just pulled these out of nowhere, and they're probably wrong. So let's find out. Here we go. Question number 1. The Legacy board game, published in 2017, featured the artwork of Lynn Cassette, David Forrest, and Gong Studios. This city-building game features card drafting, hand management, and worker placement mechanisms. It was nominated for a number of different awards, including the Golden Geek's Most Innovative Board Game and Board Game of the Year. Rodney Smith, who we all know never has subjective opinions on games, once said, "I'm glad you enjoyed my review, my how to play. I'm getting this one back on the table today." So clearly he enjoyed it. 1 to 6 players can enjoy this one as they explore and build the city of Green Gully. What game are we talking about? Now, while you guys put your answers in, I think we should take a second to chat for just a minute to thank Rodney, who put out a fantastic video this week. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. He gives like a very open dialogue on the difference between paid reviews and previews, on his, maybe not his suggestions for what it should be, but just having a very open dialogue on it. I know we all kind of listened to it. I was in Denver. We were all in different places. It popped up in our news feeds at the same time, and we were all saying like, yes, this is the good kind of conversations that we need to have. So thank you, Rodney, for being a cool guy. In 10 seconds, while people write all their answers in, what were you guys' immediate reactions and responses to that? What thoughts did you have?
Well, I would say that we actually do not do paid reviews.
Right.
We do paid previews, and I do think that there is a difference between those two types of videos.
Yeah,
and the services.
I
that
will
they are.
say a couple things came to mind. Number 1, at the very beginning when I started doing board game content as a whole, and we were doing just Kickstarter stuff or published games, it was like a passion, it was a joy. It was like, oh, I get to do all this cool stuff. So at the very beginning there was this like, I'm not sure, like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, just like everything's awesome. And then it goes from this, it's really fun, it's really cool, to this is actually work, and we've been doing it 4, 5, 6 years, and it's like, this is actually like work, and it's almost like, because we've been doing it so long, not only is there more work, but it's just, you know, it's like people expect certain things, and we want to bring good content, and we enjoy doing it still, but it did cross that threshold for me. I still enjoy it, but it does feel sometimes like work.
And I think one of the reasons for that, Sarah can give her opinion in just a second because I want to hear it too. I think one of the reasons for that is when you receive these games in the mail, which is an exciting thing, and that's where that bright-eyed, bushy-eyed thing comes in. It's like, oh, cool, another game in the mail. And that still happens every time. You feel this sense of obligation, like, oh, we got this game, we totally got to play it, this is really cool, and we should make a video about it. And that is a great feeling, and it's really cool, we love it. Except for when that happens every single day and there's like 10 games in the mail and you're like, how do I get to all these games? And so your bias does come through a little bit because you start to do the ones that you really enjoy, which I think makes total and legitimate sense. And you also start to build relationships with publishers, and they have really cool games that you really enjoy and you like talking about them. So I think all of those things filter into how do we determine which ones we're going to review. You know, do we give a priority to a paid preview rather than a review that we enjoy doing? Like, there's a crazy amount of stuff that you have to balance in your head and think about, well, what our audience enjoy? Like, we're here for them. What content do we put together that's going to be most valuable?
That's a big thing that we all talk about all the time is what do we want our people that are watching, our audience, our fans, what would they actually want to see? So, I don't know if you have anything else that comes to mind.
and there are games there are so many games on Kickstarter now, and there are some that just aren't quite ready yet, and so sometimes we will we'll have a developer come to us and say, hey, I've made this game, I'd like to go to Kickstarter with it, will you do a preview? And we'll say, well, maybe you're not quite ready yet, maybe you can do some more play testing, here's a list of cons that you can go to get your game out there in front of more people. The more opinions you have about it and the more feedback you get, the better you can make your game.
I would say one thing I saw James Hudson write, he wrote a lot of things in response to this, but one of them was just the the bigness of the board game industry. In our minds, and maybe in your mind, board games, the industry is huge. And it's a big industry, but it's nothing compared to the video game industry or movie industry or TV. And when you think about things like that, they have news writers and news reporters, or even like some people refer to like IGN that has a lot of paid staff writers who are reviewing things on that site. So they're getting paid. Well, they're getting paid from things like ad revenue. And there's no really website in the board game world other than Board Game Geek, which is a great website, but it's not really a news website, it's more of a database. So there's a little difference in there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as the hobby continues to grow, which I think it's seen a huge resurgence in the past couple of years. It'll be interesting to see where things go. This is obviously a topic we're really passionate about. We should probably do a Tantrum Talks on this sometime, because we could definitely derail forever. Let's get back to the show, though.
I think we got some right answers.
We did. There was definitely some right answers in there. There may have even been some people who may have gotten the bonus question right. And,
yes. Even the green token?
Yeah.
No, look at this one. I saw one person was correct on this 1, 2, and 3.
I'm glad you're back, Benjamin. Thank you for restarting your router. And yeah, let's keep going. All right, question number 2.
For round 2.
For round 2. Here we go. This 4-day board game convention began in 1983. It's family friendly with areas for younger children to play on huge inflatables. You can even strap your kids in with bungee cords and let them play giant foosball. I didn't know that. It's almost impossible to get a room near the event unless you book a year in advance. If you do end up staying far away though, maybe you can catch a ride on the U-Bahn. If you need one more clue, with nearly 200,000 attendees last year, this is the largest board gaming event in the world.
Oh, I think you sort of gave it away with a little...
I think it was in there from the beginning. And so since that answer is probably obvious, although write your answer in the comments now.
Because that will help you.
We should talk for a couple seconds about some of the board game conventions that we're going to be going to. Kevin and Melissa are going to be at Come On, that's Expo Saturday.
Formerly known as CMON. Melissa and I will be there Friday and Saturday. So we'd love to see you down at Atlanta, Georgia this Friday and Saturday.
And you'll be doing some panels.
Yes, we'll be doing panels.
2 weeks after that, 3 weeks is Origins.
2 weeks is Origins.
Mm-hmm. Sarah and Melissa will be there.
Yep.
Yep.
And you guys will be helping CGE out?
Yes.
Playing lots of code names?
I'll be teaching Alchemist a bunch.
Ooh, cool.
That's a heavy one.
Because usually I teach it, but I'm not able to go. Usually I'm stuck at that table playing Alchemist. I enjoy Alchemist. But Melissa gets to do it in my place.
Yeah, I love it.
I really
It's a
like
fun game.
the Alchemist
Super
game.
cool.
So, and Sarah, this is your first time working for CGE?
This will be my first time working for CGE, although I think I have played almost all of their games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very cool. So be sure to swing by and say hi to them. And then we've got several more that we'll be at. Sarah and I are going to be at the Southern Fried Gaming Expo in July.
Yes.
And July.
The second weekend of July. I think it's like the 12th through 14th.
And Melissa and I will be first weekend in July at Dice Tower Con.
Dice Tower.
And then Sarah and I will be at
Well, actually, we have
this
Gen Con.
convention.
Yep, Gen Con's in there still.
And then
There's a
Essen.
bunch.
And
Yep.
then
Essen?
Will and I will be at Essen.
Essen Spiel Game Fair?
What? Alright, cool. Question number 3 of section number 2. Final trivia question. This game designer began developing mechanisms and games during his high school years. He actually published a number of play-by-mail games while in college, and while he was a student, Amigo published his first game. Since finishing his statistics studies at Dortmund, the subject of his thesis being probability distribution in memory, his main occupation has been to be a game designer. Do you know who it is?
I think I do.
Do you know who it is? If you need one more clue, he's married to Suzanne Balders. I don't know, Google that, you'll probably figure it out. And that's all I have for the trivia questions. So make sure you put your comments into the questions. If you're just now joining us live, we're going to be drawing a winner at the end of this round to give away a copy of Academy Games' Tutor. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Tutor. Yep.
And then on Saturday, we're going to be giving away another prize. So if you're not watching it live, keep sticking with it and answer the questions, because we'll draw one more winner this coming Saturday, June.
So for the second round, we had something about a game, something about a convention, and something about a game designer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so let's roll into round 3 of our game show tonight.
All right.
In this round of the show, Kevin has actually put together some interesting combinations for us. We're going to play a little, which one of these is not like the others?
That's right.
So, Kevin, pull out your stack of games.
That's
We're going to
right.
let you guys look at them. We'll talk through them a little bit, and you tell us which one of these does not fit with the others,
Yeah, we just
and
do the
you can
box.
tell us why. First up, we've got Small World from Days of Wonder. Dude, I probably shouldn't read like the designers and illustrators.
That's right. Just say the name of the game. Just say the name of the game, Will.
We've got Raiders of the North Sea. We've got Rise to Nobility, and we've got Cavern
Can we
Tavern.
see all those?
So
Okay.
it seems like there might be some obvious connections, but only one of these is not like the others in one.
And it's not
way.
box height.
It could be, although 2 of them again are off. Let's see. Any suggestions on there?
So we want which one doesn't belong and why it doesn't belong?
There we go. I like that.
There we go. I like
Which
that even
one
more.
doesn't belong and why doesn't belong? So 3 of them are very similar in some way, and one of them is not.
We've got the people who have figured out the bonus component. We've got several people making guesses about the designer,
I see
although
that.
it's kind of like I don't think people know. There's a little bit of some over here, some over here. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Some people are guessing on the which one is not like the other. So
Okay.
get your answers in for that one.
And yeah, you have to tell us why you think it's not, why it doesn't belong. So that's really important.
Ooh, okay. Let me just read some of these answers because there's some good ones.
Okay.
We've got Small World doesn't fit because of the artist.
Okay.
Somebody said Cavern Tavern because it doesn't take place outdoors. Somebody said
Oh.
Rise to Nobility because it's no good. You are a dork. Small World is not the same artist. Small World is not Viking themed. Ooh, are they all Viking themed? I didn't even know that.
No, Rise to Nobility isn't Viking themed.
Somebody is speaking in another language, and I maybe will translate that because awesome. Thanks for watching.
All right, you ready for question 2
I
of
think
round
we are.
3?
Let's move on to the next. Which one of these is not like the others? Kevin, what else you got?
All right, so we have Railroad Inc.,
Okay.
Welcome to, Roland Wright, and Ganshan Clever. We have to maybe hold those there. Thank you. Are those okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
looking good.
Very
Looking
Vanna.
good.
We are the Vannas of tonight's episode.
So I
once-
hear somewhere that he's been doing that for like 60 years or something.
Well,
Yeah.
Pat
Pat,
Sajak holds the world record for longest game show host.
he and like Jeopardy guy.
Alex Trebek.
Yeah. So we have Ganshan Clever, Roland Wright, Welcome to, and Railroad Inc. Which one does not belong? And why does it not belong in this group? So.
They're scratching their heads on this one,
Okay.
and or the time delay lag between internet and.
That's definitely the time delay.
All right, so get in your answer for that one. Which one of these 3 is not like the other? 4, 3, and let's move on to the final set.
Okay, let's get those down.
Thank you, Vanna. Vanna's
Okay, thanks. All right, last question. We have Hanabi, King Domino, Keltis, oh, I think, and Imhotep. We good?
Yep. 4 games
Okay.
in staircased order of height.
How do we do on the second question?
Second question. Let's see. We've got Welcome to is not a rollin' right. Railroad Inc. is not a rollin' right. Welcome to is a flippin' right. It is not a rollin' right. Welcome to doesn't fit. It has dice. It doesn't have dice. Welcome to isn't technically a rollin' right. I think you guys are pretty sharp, right?
All right, so for question 3 of round 3.
Welcome to is a rollin' right. Someone says.
There is writing. There is writing.
All right, so once again we have Hanabi, King Domino, Keltis, and Imhotep. Which one does not belong in this group and why? And it's not because Hanabi's the smallest.
It is not. This is definitely, I would say, the toughest of our 3.
But this leads us into another little discussion that we can have before we say goodnight.
But if we do, then it'll give away the answer. Hurry up and get your answers in. Let me recap one more time. We could get ready. We can't really determine our winner if it hasn't been answered yet. we've got an interesting way that I'm going to invent right now to determine our winner. But I'll give you a couple more seconds to get your comments in. And then let me tell you for 2 more seconds about TantrumCon, which is coming January something.
January 30th through February 2nd, 2020.
To Spartanburg, South Carolina. We were there last year. We've got more space than we did last year. Some places like to shout out the square footage that's available. I don't know what that is, but it's more than it was last time. We've also got more events planned. We're working on some really cool, we had premium bags that we gave to our premium badge holders last year. And we've got a new thing that we're working on that we're excited about.
So you need to come and be a premium badge holder.
Those are limited though, so get those fast and early because they will go like hotcakes if they are anything like they were last year.
Yep.
June 1st, look for tickets on sale at TantrumCon.com. Let's see, we've got some answers, and they are King Domino is based in fantasy. Imhotep is not tile placement. King Domino has a different publisher. Hanabi because. Celtus because I don't own it. Imhotep is not tile laying. Are the other ones all tile laying?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Copies are a tiling game.
Imhotep
Okay.
doesn't have tile laying.
This is a card game.
Celtus, no Spiel Award. I don't know what that means. Hanabi is the only one that can be played with 5 players. Interesting. More is good. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
All right, cool. So let's clear those away.
We have to give the answer, right?
Oh, do we? Okay. I guess we do.
So is the answer
if
any
we're gonna-
good?
we're gonna see
See if you can decipher it from this segue.
Or looking at this other portion of the box.
I was trying to like push that behind the other box so it wouldn't be.
Well, the first one, the difference was Small World because it was not the one that was designed or.
We're not getting answers.
Too late now.
Why are we not getting answers? It's at the end of the video.
Oh.
Okay.
Good enough. The
Okay.
Miko, you got it right. The guys who said the
Alright.
Miko. Illustrated, all 3 of them were illustrated. We can skip the second one, although I think they figured it out. And then what's the third one, Kevin?
So they were all Spiel nominees, except Imhotep did not win.
So they were all Spiel winners.
Right.
Except
Yes.
you.
So our copy of Hanabi and King Domino were purchased before they were won, so there's no logo
Yeah.
on the box.
So speaking of the Spiel, the nominees were just announced for the 2019 Spiel DRs, and we actually have 2 of them. Llama from Amigo, Werewolves, which was Bezier, but I think it's localized from Ravensburger in Europe, and then the third one, which we don't have a copy of, is just one from Repos. So we've all played. Some of us have played all of them. So yeah.
We'll be looking forward to seeing which one of those wins it.
Yes.
Bonus question, if you answer now correctly. But let us know which ones you guys think deserves the win. I don't know if you guys have played all 3 of these.
My guess is the one that's not here.
You think so?
Yes.
Llama is a really light card game. Has a little bit of that Uno feel to it. Werewords is 20 questions meets Werewolf.
What's Werewolf? Yep.
With a cool app. I do like the app on it a lot. And then just one, I haven't actually played that one. Tell us what just one is.
So just one, you have a card that has words on it, and the person who is it for the round cannot see the words on the card, and they'll pick one of them, and then everyone else will write on their little standee, it's dry erase, a word that will help that person guess it. The other person will turn around so they can't see. Everyone will show their answers to each other, and if there are any answers that are matching, they must erase them, and they're not able to show the person that answer. And then the answers that are left, the person turns around and has to guess what those words might be trying to describe. Everyone can only write one thing on their little standee board.
Lots of fun, cool stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
It'd be interesting to see which one wins for sure. But now let's see which one of you won a copy of.
Yeah. How are you doing this?
All right, so
Bill?
here's what I want to do. Sarah, pick a number between 1 and 6.
1 and 6. I will pick 5.
5. All right, take 5 of those dice. Let's roll them, and then we're gonna have Ben scroll through the comments, and whoever has the comment, hopefully he can scroll through them. That is this number. We'll give them a 5.
All right, we gotta do some math here.
Count fast.
All right, so we got 11, 14. Okay, you're gonna do that 15 plus 6. Is that right? 21.
21.
21.
All right, now people will be checking you on this, Ben, so make sure
21.
you get the right
Watch it.
one. Whoever made the 21st comment in our chain, we're gonna award the game to. We haven't hit 21 comments yet.
Yeah, we have plenty of comments.
Oh, he has to hit top chat like 19 times to get back to the beginning. Here we go.
Well, while they're talking, or while they're looking for the 21st,
Is it
and
hidden?
that Will and Ben are off on their own little chatting thing over there, don't forget, TantrumCon tickets go
Oh,
on
does it
sale
show you from
June
the beginning of this
1st,
live?
which is TantrumCon.com.
Interesting.
So,
Can we go 21 from the bottom?
are they having problems over there?
Technical difficulties. Didn't know you couldn't scroll back to the top of the
Oh, I might be
chat.
able to. I can do it.
All right, Kevin, count us to
I got it.
21
I can do
from
it.
the
Here we go.
top on the
Are we doing
phone.
it from the very, very beginning or from after we went live?
I was going to go from the very beginning.
All right, here we go.
That only gives like 4 extra
2,
comments.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Thomas Grieve. I didn't count our comment.
They shouldn't count.
Thomas Grieve.
Somebody would be mad about that. Whoever knows
Grive. He actually won
Username.
Tutor from Kennedy Games, and you actually got the answer correct.
Hey,
Every
good
bell.
job. That was important because other people were going to be mad about
That's
that.
right. You got that
So
one correct.
send us a private message on Facebook or YouTube or somewhere and give us your address and we'll get the
Yeah, you
game.
can email us at hello@tantrumhouse.com.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's,
So everyone else who has commented
Yes.
and answered questions, don't worry because
You're-
you are still in the running for a copy of
we don't know yet.
Codenames.
What is it?
Oh yeah.
Right here.
What?
Codenames
Codenames.
XXL.
We're gonna give away this copy of Codenames XXL to one lucky winner on June 1st.
On June 1st.
From this list of comments, and
Well, yeah, from the entire list.
From
So
the entire
watch
list.
this video tomorrow
Okay.
again. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. And put your comments in there. I think we'll be a little more scientific in our choices of that one. And we will definitely randomly select one winner to win our copy of Codenames XXL. So yeah, share this with your friends too, because I know you don't really want them to win, but they could stand a chance. Be sure to, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask if anyone had opinions on the Spiel winner.
Oh,
If people were
yes.
commenting about that or not.
Oh yeah, we did definitely get some comments.
And we didn't talk about the
Most people just
other
said
one.
congrats Thomas, so way to go Thomas.
Winner Spiel.
hey, at least I counted right.
Good job.
I got to 21.
Did everybody double check you on that?
They were like, good job. They said
They are
correct on the
figuring it out
number
before we
and the
did.
comment.
They were probably congratulating Thomas before we got there.
Probably.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you had a very wonderful Memorial Day. Thanks for watching and tuning in, and tune back in on June 1st to TantrumCon.com to get your badges for TantrumCon. And then hopefully we'll run into you at some conventions. Let us know in the comments too, you might as well, which conventions you guys are going to be at. We'd love to connect. Feel free to stop by the CGE booth to say hi to Kevin, Sarah and Melissa, my wife, she's the one that's going to be there. And if you're going to come on Expo, say hi to Kevin and Melissa. Look for us at Essen.
Dice Tower Con.
Dice Tower,
Gen
yeah.
Con.
So many great things. We can't wait to connect. See you guys later. Have a good night. And I think we'll sign off from here. Bye.
Bye.